Picture this, you walk into a room and within just 7 seconds people have already formed an impression of you. It's not your smile, it's not even the first words you say, it's the color you're wearing that speaks first. Color is a silent language, and it's more powerful than most of us realize. I'll never forget a friend of mine. She was 68 and for years she only wore neutrals like beige, brown, and gray because she thought that was safe. One day she decided to try a deep wine red blouse. That night she walked into a dinner party and suddenly all eyes were on her. Everyone kept telling her she looked radiant, full of life, and unforgettable. The only thing she changed was the color of her outfit, but the effect was dramatic. So let me ask you, have you been choosing the right colors to make yourself shine and leave a lasting impression? Have you ever felt like you blended into the background simply because of what you wore? And wouldn't you like to know how just a few smart color choices can make you the person everyone notices in the room? Today we're going to explore 8 power colors, shades that don't just make women over 50 look stylish, but also magnetic, confident, and truly unforgettable, colors that send a message about who you are before you even say a single word. Have you ever wondered why sometimes just changing the color of your outfit can suddenly make everyone in the room turn their heads? It's not your imagination, it's science. Researchers in neuroscience have proven that when our eyes see a certain color, the brain instantly triggers emotional responses and decision-making centers. In fact, a study published in the Journal of Social Psychology showed that within just 7 seconds of meeting you, people form impressions of your confidence, trustworthiness, and even attractiveness based largely on the colors you're wearing. That means before you even open your mouth, your colors are already speaking for you. I'll give you a personal example. I once showed up to a reunion wearing a pale beige coat, and honestly, I blended right into the background. A month later, I walked into another event in a sharp navy blazer with a silk scarf in smoky purple. The difference was night and day. Suddenly everyone, from my old teacher to the guys I hadn't seen in years, came over to tell me how radiant and powerful I looked. That was the moment I realized color isn't just fashion, it's a language. Now here's something fascinating. Men and women don't even see color the same way. A study out of the University of Arizona showed that men typically recognize colors in broad strokes: red, blue, green, yellow, while women pick up on subtle shades like blush pink, lavender, or teal. That's why a bold red dress instantly grabs a man's attention, while women might debate whether it's ruby, burgundy, or wine. Tell me, has this ever happened to you? When your husband or boyfriend looks at your outfit and just says, "It's blue," even though you know it's clearly turquoise. It happens to me all the time, and it always makes me laugh, but it also proves a point. Men are wired to respond more strongly to those simple, high-impact colors. So how do we make the smartest choices when it comes to color? I follow a rule I call the 3 C's. The first C is color. Pick shades that send the message you want. Red for boldness and passion, blue for trust, emerald green for elegance. The second C is contrast. This is where the magic happens. Think about a crisp white blouse under a black blazer that makes your face glow, versus an all-beige outfit that can make you disappear into the crowd. And the third C is context. Color has to match the setting. A bright red dress at a wedding makes you stand out in a good way, but that same dress at a funeral would be completely inappropriate. Right color, right contrast, right context, and you will always leave a memorable impression. Now let me ask you, when was the last time you wore a color that made people stop and look? Do you remember how it made you feel? Did you stand a little taller, smile a little bigger, carry yourself with more energy? That's the power of color, and if you're not taking advantage of it every day, you're leaving so much confidence on the table. So up next, we're going to talk about how to figure out your own undertone, because once you know whether you're warm, cool, or neutral, you'll unlock the exact shades that act like your secret weapon and make you shine anywhere you go. When it comes to choosing colors that truly make us shine, the very first step is understanding the undertone of our skin. You might be asking yourself, what exactly is an undertone? Think of it as the hidden layer beneath your skin, the subtle hue that decides how every color reflects on your face. There are 3 main undertones: cool, warm, and neutral. Cool undertones usually show hints of pink, red, or blue beneath the skin. Warm undertones lean toward golden, peach, or honey tones. And neutral undertones fall right in the middle, blending both. Here's a quick test you can try at home. Stand by a window in natural daylight, not under yellow bulbs or harsh fluorescent light. Hold a piece of silver jewelry against your skin, then try a piece of gold. If silver makes your skin brighter and your eyes sparkle, you're likely cool-toned. If gold warms up your complexion and gives you a glow, you're probably warm-toned. And if both look good, congratulations, you might be neutral. Another trick is to use white fabric and ivory fabric. Place each piece near your face in front of a mirror. If pure white makes your skin fresh and your features pop, you lean cool. If ivory softens your look and brings warmth, you lean warm. And if both seem flattering, chances are you're neutral. This method has been used by image consultants for decades, and it truly works. Let me share my own story. For years I thought beige and camel were my safe colors, because most women over 60 seemed to wear them. But every time I looked in the mirror, I felt pale and lifeless. It wasn't until a stylist draped a sapphire blue scarf around my shoulders that I realized I was cool-toned. The change was instant. My skin looked brighter, my eyes sharper, and my mood completely lifted. From that day forward, I shopped differently. Research backs this up. A survey by the Pantone Color Institute found that more than 70% of women felt a dramatic boost in confidence when they wore colors that matched their undertone. Interestingly, nearly half admitted they had been choosing the wrong shades for years before learning this simple trick. So let me ask you, have you ever tried on a blouse in a store that looked gorgeous on the hanger, but once you put it on, your face looked dull and tired? Or on the flip side, have you ever worn a color that suddenly made you look 10 years younger, even without changing your makeup? That is the power of undertone. Understanding your undertone is the key before exploring the 8 powerful colors we're about to dive into. Because the same shade of red can make one woman glow, but overwhelm another. And emerald green might look stunning on your friend, yet fall flat on you if your undertone doesn't match. Once you know your undertone, you'll stop wasting money on clothes you never wear. Instead, you'll start building a wardrobe that truly works with you, not against you. And now that you know how to identify your undertone, let's move into the exciting part. How to apply this knowledge to the 8 specific colors that make women over 50 stand out and feel magnetic right away. Now that we've figured out our undertones, let's dive into the most exciting part. The 8 power colors every woman over 50 should know. Each of these shades carries its own psychology, and when you pick the right version and style it for the right moment, the impact is incredible. Let's start with red. Red is passion, energy, and confidence. A famous study from the University of Rochester found that men are more strongly drawn to women wearing red than any other color, because it signals vitality and attraction. If you have a cool undertone, cherry red or wine red works beautifully. If you're warm-toned, reach for coral or tomato red, and if your skin is deep, rich shades like burgundy or crimson will look stunning. I still remember the first time I wore a V-neck red dress to a dinner party. Before I even had a chance to say hello, 3 people had already complimented me. Have you ever had that moment when a color completely changed the mood in the room? If you had to pick just one red item this week, what would it be? A lipstick, a scarf, or maybe a pair of shoes? Just avoid overly shiny or neon reds, they can look cheap instead of chic. Now let's talk purple. Purple has always been tied to royalty and creativity. In color psychology, it blends the passion of red with the calm of blue, creating a sense of mystery and elegance. If your skin is fair, try lavender or lilac. If you're medium, plum is perfect. And if you have deep skin, nothing beats royal purple. I once wore a plum blazer to a board meeting, and a male colleague later told me I looked serious but somehow magnetic. What do you think? Would you be bold enough to wear purple in a professional setting? One quick tip: skip overly shiny purples. They can look childish. Instead, go for matte silks or crepes. Next is blue. Blue is trust, wisdom, and calm authority. It's no accident that CEOs and politicians so often choose navy suits. In fact, a YouGov survey showed that 35% of adults name blue as their favorite color, which proves just how universally powerful it is. If your skin is fair, go for sky or powder blue. If you're warm-toned, cobalt or royal blue will flatter, and for deep skin, navy or indigo brings richness and strength. I own a navy blazer that I wear to conferences, and without fail, I always get invited to speak more when I have it on. Do you have one blue piece that makes you feel instantly confident? Just don't pair blue with too many other dark shades at once. Add something bright like white or metallic to balance it. Now emerald green. Emerald is luxury, confidence, and sophistication. In the world of gemstones, emerald symbolizes renewal and good fortune. If your skin is fair, try a soft jade green. Medium tones shine in true emerald, and deep skin glows with forest or malachite green. I'll never forget wearing a silk emerald scarf to a class reunion. Everyone told me I looked 5 years younger. Would you try an emerald dress to your next evening event just to see the reactions? The only pitfall is neon greens, they lose that refined elegance. Let's move to soft pink. This is femininity, warmth, and approachability. Psychologists say pink even calms the nervous system and creates a soothing effect. A blush blouse with white pants can make you look fresh and graceful all at once. Fair skin works well with cool blush, warm tones glow in peachy pink, and deep skin looks gorgeous in rose or dusty pink. I wore a soft pink dress to my granddaughter's birthday, and people said I looked softer and more approachable than ever. Do you ever feel like you could use a color that makes you appear more gentle? Avoid candy bright or shiny pinks, they can look immature. Now let's talk metallics. Gold, silver, bronze, and rose gold all bring instant polish and confidence. In fashion, even a single metallic accent can elevate an outfit. Think gold earrings with a white blouse, or a silver clutch with a black dress. According to Vogue, adding metallic details can increase the perception of luxury by 40% in the eyes of others. I remember wearing silver heels to a wedding, and I got so many compliments just from that small touch. Have you tried adding a metallic accent to see the difference it makes? The key here is moderation. 1 or 2 accents are enough. Too much can look flashy. Now onto white and ivory. These shades bring purity, elegance, and timeless appeal. A crisp white shirt is a secret weapon every woman should own. If you're cool-toned, bright white is your best friend. If you're warm, ivory softens your features. I still have an ivory blazer, and the last time I wore it to a community interview, people told me I looked fresh and full of energy. Do you own a white piece that always gets you compliments? One thing to avoid is thin, low-quality fabrics. They take away from the elegance. Finally, let's talk black. Black is power, sophistication, and the ultimate timeless color. A little black dress works for everything, from business dinners to cocktail parties. According to Harper's Bazaar, 76% of women consider black their go-to color when they don't know what else to wear. If your skin is fair, choose black in quality fabrics and add a lighter accessory to avoid looking washed out. If you have deeper skin, black enhances your strength and mystery. I often wear wide-leg black pants for casual outings. They're comfortable yet instantly chic. Do you have a black piece that makes you feel unstoppable? Just avoid wearing all black head to toe without any accents. It can feel heavy or somber. So these 8 colors are more than fashion, they're psychological tools that help us express who we are. And now that you know the power of each shade, let's move into the next part, where I'll share real stories of women who used these colors to completely transform their confidence and presence. Let me share a few real stories with you, because nothing is more inspiring than seeing how other women have transformed their lives through color. The first story is about Lan. She's 62 and used to work as an HR director. For years her closet was filled with beige, gray, and brown because she thought they were safe. But every time she went to a meeting or a conference, she told me she felt invisible. After a style consultation, she swapped in just a few key pieces: a navy blazer, a silk emerald blouse, a smoky purple scarf, and a simple black V-neck dress. At her next industry event, she wore the navy blazer and emerald blouse, and to her surprise she was invited to speak on stage even though she wasn't scheduled. The host said she looked authoritative and trustworthy. The lesson here is sometimes just 3 or 4 well-chosen colors can completely shift the way people see you. So let me ask you, would you be willing to invest in just a few power pieces to see how your social life might change? The second story is Tu. She's 66 and recently started joining community activities again. She went to a dance night wearing a plain gray top and said she blended right into the background. The next time, I encouraged her to try a wine red wrap dress with black slingback heels and small gold earrings. That very evening, she received 4 invitations to dance, and within weeks she had a regular partner. According to AARP, about 45% of women over 60 report feeling more confident in social situations when they dress in colors that fit both their personality and the occasion. The lesson here is that color doesn't just make you stand out, it gives you energy to connect. So I want to ask you, if you traded that gray dress for red this week, who might notice you? The third story is Carmen, 58, a painter. She loved wearing bright orange and lemon yellow, but those shades sometimes overwhelmed her warm undertone. We shifted her wardrobe toward terracotta, emerald, and brushed gold. At her solo exhibition, she wore an emerald dress with a matte gold necklace, and that night she sold 5 paintings. A local newspaper even ran her photo with the caption, "An artist with unmistakable style." The lesson here is that color doesn't just flatter your looks, it reinforces your personal brand. Would you like to use color the same way, to underline who you are in your work or your passion projects? So how do we take these lessons and apply them in everyday life? Here are a few quick formulas you can steal right away. For meetings, try a navy blazer, a smoky purple blouse, tailored black trousers, and small gold hoops. For a date, a wine red wrap dress with a small black clutch and red lipstick will do the trick. For an evening party, choose an emerald sheath dress with a metallic clutch and nude or black heels. And for a casual day out, white pants, a sky blue shirt, and a floral green scarf keep you looking relaxed but polished. Now I want you to think, which of these 4 scenarios fits your life right now? Would you start with the meeting look, the date look, the evening look, or the casual daytime look? And with those examples in mind, let's move into the next part, where we'll talk about long-term strategies and practical tips to keep your style consistent, sustainable, and effortlessly magnetic. To keep your style consistent and not just have those one-time, wow, moments, you need a long-term strategy. One of my favorite tools is the 60-30-10 rule. Have you heard of it? It's used by interior designers and fashion experts to create visual balance. It simply means 60% of your outfit is your main color, 30% is your secondary color, and 10% is your accent. For example, imagine 60% ivory as your base, 30% navy with a blazer, and a red silk scarf as the final 10% pop. When you get the ratio right, everything feels polished and harmonious, and you still stand out. I remember the first time I tried this. I wore an emerald dress with a black jacket and a delicate gold necklace. Everyone at that dinner told me I looked elegant but also youthful. Have you ever noticed how just one accent color can completely change how people look at you? Another strategy I love is the 14-day Reset Your Color Palette challenge. Day 1 and 2, stand in natural light and identify your undertone. Day 3 to 5, clean out your closet. Keep 10 to 15 solid neutrals and add 2 power colors. Day 6 to 8, commit to 1 power color a day, even if it's just a scarf or lipstick. Day 9 to 11, take photos outdoors at the same time of day. Compare which shades make your skin glow and your eyes sparkle. Day 12 to 14, build 3 personal uniforms, 1 for work, 1 for social outings, and 1 for special events. Can you imagine how different you'd feel in just 2 weeks if you tried this? I did. And I was shocked by how much more confident I felt simply because my wardrobe finally worked with me instead of against me. Now let's talk about the 5 backbone pieces every powerful wardrobe needs. Number 1, a perfectly tailored navy blazer. Number 2, a silk emerald blouse. Number 3, a black V-neck dress. Number 4, a crisp, high-quality white shirt. And number 5, a printed silk scarf that contains at least one of your 8 power colors. With these 5 pieces, you can create at least 10 different outfits for almost any occasion. So tell me, how many of these do you already own, and which one would you buy first after hearing this? Of course, color only looks good when the fabric supports it. Choose crepe, matte silk, wool blends, or fine cotton instead of cheap shiny materials. The same goes for metallics. Brushed gold or matte silver always look more refined than overly shiny finishes. When you pick patterns, let them support your main color. Think light blue stripes under a solid navy blazer. And don't forget maintenance. Wash deep reds and blues inside out. Hang your whites separately and steam them. According to a Harper's Bazaar survey, 64% of women over 55 regret buying too many clothes that quickly lost their shape or color. The lesson here is simple: buy less, buy better, and care for what you own. So let me ask you, if you were to try the 60-30-10 rule this week, which 3 colors would you choose? And if you challenged yourself to a 14-day color reset, would you be willing to see how much more confident and visible you could feel? Up next, we'll pull all of these lessons together and show how color isn't just about looking stylish, it's about living boldly, feeling radiant, and embracing every age with confidence. Color is the most powerful silent statement we can make. And these 8 power shades I've shared with you today are the key for every woman over 50 to shine brighter, feel more confident, and look more youthful every single day. But don't just listen and move on, I want you to try it this week. Maybe it's a bold red lipstick, an emerald scarf, or a soft blush pink blouse. Then pay attention: do people respond to you differently, and more importantly, do you feel more energized and radiant? Remember, beauty isn't about being admired by others. Beauty is about feeling alive, vibrant, and unforgettable in your own life. If you agree, drop a comment below and tell me which color is your favorite. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, so you never miss the next tip on style, confidence, and healthy aging. And let me remind you, what you just watched is an important piece, but it's not the whole picture. If you're truly serious about being confident, youthful, and beautiful, then the next video, shocking, 1 color change can take 10 years off, powerful healthy aging hacks, is the missing piece you absolutely can't skip. I'll see you there.